Hey guys, what's up? This is Arden here from IDE Daily. Welcome to the first episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, we're always grateful for the support. This first guest that we have today, we actually have known each other through mutual parties for a while now, but we have never met. But we have knew quite a few people, and in recent years, he's really been making his mark as an emerging director, producer, really coming up with some great stuff. Night Visions, ND Streets. I've been tuned in, man. I've been paying attention. I really like it. We got my guy Nighthawk in the building. What's going on, man?
What's up, Arden? What's going on, y'all?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And funny enough, I think the first time I had ever seen you, it was in one of those like behind the scenes videos from maybe 7, 8 years ago when you and M. Dot was recording.
Yep, that's back when I was rapping.
Yeah.
I think that was a promo for A Day in the Life. I think that was probably 2011. Shit.
Yep. I remember that vividly. That was at M. Dot's like office joint that was in White Plains.
Yep, and
That's
yep.
Big
Mm-hmm.
Ave. And it's throughout the years. It was like we like knew certain people. So like we both know Sage and Troy and Dot and a few other of those guys. So that's why when we were talking last week, I was like, yeah, we know quite a few of the same people,
For
but we
sure.
had just never met. You know, we only just knew each other through social media.
Facts. Yeah.
You know, and I appreciate the fact that I know this last couple days with these IG lives and new Drake snippets, you've been able to tolerate my behavior on the timeline. So kudos in case you've seen that.
I've
Kudos.
been
I
right
appreciate
there with you. I've been right there with you. I was in those comments.
That's right. It was lit. It was lit. As hell. Was there ever a moment? Because you're very busy creative. You know, you always have something new, whether let's say if it's not something new, it's something that you've been building on, right? So you have in these streets, you have a couple other things that you've been constantly building up while
Mhm.
also being somebody that is currently developing new things. Have you had that moment that I'm noticing that myself and other creators have had where you had to take a step back because it was like, wow, things are looking pretty doubtful right now?
That's something that I'm working on.
Yeah.
It's like I tell myself that this is happening for a reason. Take a step back, take a few days and just chill and vegetate and just
Mhm.
give your body and your mind a rest. But then I can't help but to feel so unproductive. Like I'm not
Yeah.
doing enough. I'm not doing enough. And I think that's kind of the good and bad about social media is you see all these people doing stuff and then you immediately feel like you're not doing enough or what you're
Yeah.
doing isn't, you know what I'm saying? But that's instant gratification,
Mhm.
which is whatever, you know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
it's a thing that I'm kind of working with on myself is just taking some time to just let myself just be and not feeling like I have to be productive every single second of every single day.
People
Yeah.
on I Live, they've been trying to do that, these beat battles, whatever the case may be. Um, how do you feel about seeing that as well? Has it been fun to watch? Has it been motivating to you? Is it something new that you're gonna wait to see play out even more?
Yeah. I mean, I'm praying to my lucky stars that Pharrell gets off of his ass and Kanye
Yeah,
gets off of his ass and they go at it. That's the one I'm waiting for. Like I might get dressed just to sit in the living room just to watch that
I
one. Like
might be there with Steve.
that's the one I'm waiting on. But yeah, I love it. I love that, dude. I feel like it's been so many people utilizing their creative outlets just by way of their phones. Like I personally love it. I've been watching more IG lives than I've been watching television.
Be honest here, man. Give me your winners.
Tim and Swiss, I feel like Tim won.
Thank
I
you.
feel like it got kind of blurry in the middle. He got a little drunk. He was replaying songs. Like it was a little, but I give that one to Tim. Hit Boy and Boy Wonder. I'm sorry, bro. I give it to Boy Wonder. And
What would be your biggest piece of advice to your fellow creators, just in general? It doesn't have to be just related to the coronavirus situation, but just in general, what would be your biggest piece of advice?
just do it. Honestly, that's uh that's some advice that I've been living by my and for myself that I feel like has worked out for me is just do the thing. Whatever the thing is, just do it. Of course, you're gonna want to take your proper precautions and plan things out, but just do it. Try it and see how it turns out. Just do it and be consistent. Those are my two biggest things. I forget whatever the quote is, but they say an overnight success behind every overnight success is like 5 years of like hard work.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just staying consistent, and as long as you put enough time and dedication into whatever it is that you're doing, man, it'll happen. You just gotta stay consistent. So yeah.
Great advice. Great advice. Nighthawk, let the people know where they can find you on social media and all that good stuff.
I'm Nighthawk J on Twitter and on Instagram. And yeah, be sure to tune into my coronavirus edition of In These Streets on Instagram TV on my page. And yeah, subscribe to the Night Visions YouTube channel. That's where I drop the majority of my content, whether it be short films, web series, docu-series, In These Streets, etc. And yeah.
Nighthawk, thank you so much, man, for coming on the show. I'm happy we finally had the chance to speak. Hopefully,
Likewise, brother. Thank you.
To calm down. Thank you for your support of Foresight and everything. You already know you got supporters in us. Keep up the great work as usual, man.
Absolutely. You too. Love what you guys are doing over there, man.
I appreciate you, man. You have a good rest of the day.
All right, you too, bro.
All right, bye. The second guest for our show today, we actually met at a Kamaya's listening party not too far ago in the city. Shout out to Audio Mac for that. And this is somebody whose work that you have been seeing for a while, but you might not have known it. You may have seen his work talking about The Weeknd and his decade-long dominance. You may have seen his fire interview with Brent Faiyaz on Complex and much more. He's been consistent. He's been willing. Work has been all over the place with XXL, Complex, and much more. We got the homie Kemet High in the building. What's going on, man?
Appreciate that. I can't call it, man. Thank you for having me, first and foremost.
Hey, no problem, no problem. I know today's been a very busy day for you. You know, you guys are doing big things over there at XXL with the freshman class this year. Of course, as a culture, we can't wait to see it. You know, we can't wait to discuss it and see what's going on.
Most definitely.
But how you been feeling, man? Just to jump into it, how you been feeling? Has your work routine, has your personal routine, has anything been changed drastically because of this current coronavirus situation?
Yeah, it's a whole new world. As I was telling you earlier, like, this is like my first month at XXL. I was working at Complex previously, but I was excited to really go over there and start working on the freshman class. Just understanding that I was coming into the company at a pivotal time. And just already, like, we're seeing the freshman class be affected. One, it's kind of weird to just not be in the office and able to build with people as you would when you normally start a job. But two, this is like the biggest time of the year for us. So it's way more strings to be pulled from home. And I mean, working from home is cool. It's definitely like a heavy workload. You know, I feel like it's kind of a tease because you want to nap and sit in your bed and not do anything. But then you got people sending you stuff. But especially with like our print issue about to go out in the XXL freshman class, it's been like times 10.
As a writer, you know, what was your earliest beginnings?
Oh man, I remember this like it was yesterday, man. It was like 4 years ago. I was going to Syracuse University, but I came in undecided. I always loved music, so I knew I wanted to do something within music, but figured I could write so that if I ever wanted to start a record label and manage an artist, writing would give me the context and it would force me to study the industry. So I decided to major in writing and rhetoric, apply for my first online internship. Crazy thing. They hit me back in like 4 days, probably just needed people. But they were rocking with me. And then that fall, this was in the spring, that fall I applied for an internship at the Fader, which was crazy too. Like I didn't have any money going back and forth from Syracuse to New York City, like selling Jordans to go get on the bus. Like it was crazy. I would show up in New York City with no money in my pocket, but I was just happy to be there.
We've been through those days, bro. So I know what you're talking about, Chief. I know.
Yeah, like literally like kicking it out of the dust. But that was kind of like my beginnings, you know, one, just like with the online internship, trusting myself or having someone trust me and my voice and my ideas. That instilled a lot of confidence. And then when I started working with the Fader kind of quick in, which I still can't believe, it was kind of like, all right, I proved to myself I could do it on a high level too. So tried to keep that same energy, and wrote for a whole bunch of different places like Fader, Revolt, Complex, like wherever, blogs, wherever, people are willing to let me share my voice. I'm definitely with it.
But my favorite part from that interview, it came at the tail end after you asked Brent, like, hey, it was basically to the extent of like, hey, your relationship with the OGs, like, do you reach out first or if they reach out to you? And then he was like, nah, man, like, you can't reach out to them. Like, they got to reach out to you if they really like you. And at the end, and it made me think about us connecting along with just our world today with, yo, let's network, let's build, let's do all this stuff. And at the end, he was like, you just got to wait until you really have the right idea before you really do it. Like, like you can't force it. And it really resonated with me when I read it, that I just kept reading it back. Cause I'm like, that's what it is with me and you right now. I'm like, I always knew. I was like, yeah, like I'm definitely going to run into him down the line and want to talk and see. But I'm like, this made sense.
To be honest, I've been on the R&B wave really heavy, man.
Give it to me. Come on, man.
Yeah,
come on,
I've been
man. Give it to me.
This new project from The Weeknd, which, I'm with, but I got some
honest opinion. What do you feel about it?
So I'm a Weeknd fan, but I like the mixtape shit. I like the dark lullabies.
Okay.
I appreciate what he did with the pop wave, but that's not my best version of him.
Shout out to Jessie Reyes. I liked her debut that just dropped.
Yes.
Giveon, he smoked that EP.
That's a good one. Yes, he did. Like,
he smoked that EP. Shout out to Giveon. Heartbreak Anniversary. Crazy.
Before
I let you go, man, please let the people know where they could find you. Please let the people know what you have next in terms of coming pieces and all that good stuff.
Most definitely. I don't have an IG. Hate taking pictures, but I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitter all the time. Follow me at KHigh, KHIGH 5, the number 5 on Twitter, Facebook, Kemet High. Next coming up, pumping out a whole bunch of lists for XXL, and then we got this 2020 freshman class dropping. Not too sure how we're gonna do it yet, but definitely not gonna miss out on that. So something cool is in store. I'll leave it at that.
Nice, man. Kemet, thank you so much, man, for coming on the show.
Appreciate
Writers
you for having
support
me.
writers. And check my guy out. Doesn't matter the platform. Check this guy out. Immensely talented with the pen and all that good stuff, man. You guys have a good night. Thank you for tuning in to episode 1 of Foresight Daily. We'll talk to you guys next time.